Hey folks, I'm SimplyX, and welcome back to my Pokemon Sword, mostly hardcore Nuzlocke. So we have just gotten our new teammates from routes 1 and 2, and I gotta go heal before I even have a hope of grinding them up a little bit. So the plan is to do a little bit of grinding here at the start. I think I'm gonna probably not include that in most parts, but... actually, no, I think we can get away without doing the grinding. I think we can probably just go through, fight a couple trainers along the way, maybe do a couple wild battles, just fill in the gaps, and that should be good enough for now. I did look ahead. The level cap that we're working with until we beat the grass gym is level 20, so I have that big of a buffer. And remember, if I go above that level cap, I can't use that Pokemon until I've beaten it, so I really don't want to do that, so I will have to be a little bit careful. But fortunately, I can just, if it gets high enough, I'll just put it in a box and just stick with what's not that high. I am still so psyched I got that Rookidee. As long as it lives, it will be very helpful to have that guy. Alright, you want to dance, little guy? Let's dance. Ha! I killed more of those in the forest than you could ever hope to possess. Although we see there how tank will prove his usefulness. Like, you know, I've got a 2-level advantage, and at level 8 to level 6, it's honestly kind of a bigger gap than like level 57 to level 55. So the fact that he stood up to that and it's going to be a 3-hit is, you know, it can take a hit, which is how I'll be basically using tank when I get around to him. Just put him in, absorb a bunch of hits, chip away at it, then swap into someone who can actually, you know, do damage. Well, stop looking at them and that won't happen. Come on. So we should hit the wild area this part, which that'll be exciting. I am going to limit... I'll talk about it once I get there, but I am going to limit myself for the wild area a little bit. I'm not just going to go nuts and get like 6 encounters right off the bat. Again, just in the interest of like keeping things a little bit interesting. If you get like a bunch of encounters early on, it makes the game just a lot easier because you have more to work with. Oh, that's actually a problem. Huh. Didn't think that through. Okay, well, I guess he doesn't have a water attack, but whatever, we can let Tank do his job. That's another like type of Pokemon I'd hope to get at some point, like something that was like a Swords Dance or a Calm Mind, just so I can do the usual buff and sweep strat. It's always satisfying to pull off. This guy, I don't think he can get like Swords Dance. He might be able to get Belly Drum. I'm not all that familiar with his moveset, so it'll be a learning experience. Anyway, crit still won't kill me, so I'm good here. This crit's the bane of the Nuzlocker. I think Tank heard me badmouth him when he showed up, and he took that personally. And might as well be safe in case I need to use him again. Gotta remember to sell that revive, because I will not be needing that. We got Zigzagoon, I think? Flip Bug. No, the other one I wanted. Just can't be I can't be too mad getting half of what I wanted. man, if we had, like, if right now, if we were rocking Scorbunny, Blipbug, and Rookity, we would be stacked. Well, I think I get another chance at Blipbug on Route 3. Good. No, okay, I thought they nerfed Quick Attack in this gen, because, like, there's never any reason to not use Quick Attack if you only have a choice between Quick Attack and Tackle. I could have sworn that they... Oh no, because they buffed the hit rate on Tackle, so it's at least competitive with it, but it's still just Tackle, but better. Coming up to another hot battle, but I don't think he gets Choodle actually ever, but certainly not for this fight, so I think we should be fine. Anything else out here? Can't surf yet, so nothing out there. Dynamax piece soon. I know there's some stuff in the yard. I gotta love the implications of that. Yeah, so we've discovered this thing that Pokemon can do where they absorb a bunch of radiation and grow into kaiju-sized beings of unfathomable strength. We don't understand it at all, but we still, like, use it for our sports stadiums. Nothing can go wrong there. Look, if we just discovered people could fly through the power of their minds, and with no knowledge of how it works at all, we just started doing Quidditch matches. I mean, considering that every, like, leader, champion of, like, each league over the last couple decades has been some guy who got his first Pokemon 4 days ago, I feel like we can just go ahead and say, yeah, alright, you know, you've been a trainer for 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure you're league material. And as is the way with all RPGs, I will now go through all of your personal belongings in search for useful items for myself to harness their power. Not what I expected the professor's room to look like, but... Oh yeah, we can go back here, right. I think Rookity might be able to learn that already. Let's see here. You can. And what the hey, let's give it to Tank too. I believe there's also something back here. Oh, that's pretty great. Oh, right. So shiny! Would be pretty fun if just like a shiny Pokemon shows up at some point in this run. It's been a long time since I found one just casually. I have done my fair share of, like, hunting for them. I did the wormhole thing in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I've done a bunch of Dynamax adventures. Got Zygarde. That took years off my life. Tons of breeding for shinies. But I think I've only gotten, like, 3 shinies that I wasn't actively looking for. My first one was a male Nidoran on Fire Red, or Leaf Green, one of the two. I also got a Go-Goat, so I sort of like fallen off of Pokemon for a long while. I never got a DS, so I hopped off after Ruby, Emerald, Sapphire, and the Gen 1 remakes. until I saw Mega Evolutions were a thing, and again, Charizard being my guy. Mega Charizard X was enough to go, alright, you know what, I'm now an adult with my own monetary income. I got myself a 3DS with Pokemon X and hopped back onto the series there. I happened to get a shiny Go-Goat on, like, the second route of Pokemon X, which I took as a sign of the series wanting me back to stay. And then also in X, I got Psyduck in a Horde encounter I wasn't trying to get. Got tons of them I tried for on purpose, though. Yes, Hop, I've learned the type matchups that I knew last time and haven't used any different ones since last time. I sure learned. Look at me doing all that learning. I think maybe you would have caught something after we learned how to catch things. Oh, right, Rookidee, right. So, this is honestly part of why Rookidee's awesome. I'd forgotten about this, but so you can use Hone Claws to boost your attack, and then Power Trip, which the more you've increased your stats, the better it does. So you can raise up your stats and turn that into just an OP as hell move. Oh, he did have a third. Why did you send out the grass type? Oh, well. Alright, if we're gonna do that. Come Nevermore. Show him your power. I obviously don't have to do this, but I want to. Well, I do need to look up, like, how many Hone Claws I need to do to get the base power of Power Trip up enough that it's worthwhile to use over Peck. Because, like, by default, Peck is, what, it's 1.5 times as good? No, I don't know. Over 1.5 times as good. I think I want to Peck here. There's got to be a cutoff point, I would think, where... Oh, that's did less than I thought it would do. Where the attack boost from Hone Claws is such that the base power increase in Power Trip outpaces Peck. I just don't know where that is. There's a thing for me to look up between this episode and the next. Check, does Rookidee have like a minus attack nature? Because I'm really surprised that after 2 boosts that didn't do over half. Or rather, didn't do more than it did. Don't know what you saw in that battle that's like, I must have them on in my tournament. Like, Hop looked at a fire type and said, oh, I'll send out the grass type next, that'll do some damage. I'm just never going to do the wrong answers because I'm never going to not spam A to get through all this text. There's just so much. I wonder if, like, if you sat down and just, like, calculated... You go through, like, this game and Final Fantasy VII, the original, and just, like... spam A the whole time through any text conversation that you have to do, and then just tabulate the total time spent just mashing through text in this game compared to Final Fantasy VII, and which one would have more text you have to get through. Like, I'm sure by total, like, script length, 7 has it beat, but in terms of the amount of time you have to spend going through text, they're just locked into doing. Also, did we sleep over here? Did we sleep in the pink room? We didn't come from the couch. We really don't understand how these work. They have to do something with radiation, but we'll let you keep them on your person at all times. I'm sure you won't get cancer and die. I've, like, never used this mechanic. Like, the whistling, sure, but, like, the sneaking around bit, it just never seems all that worthwhile, because, like, they react so slowly to you that, like, if you're trying to get around them, it's super easy. If you're trying to catch up to them, it's super easy, and they take long enough to run that you don't really have to worry about that if you're trying to catch them, so... man. I know we got healed, but... a little worried. I think the wild area is like level 12? No, we'll see. You wanna look at me some more? Didn't think so. I guess Choodle would have been another good encounter for this route, just to have a water type, because I don't know when we're gonna get one now. I think, you know, I mean, we get the rod by the time we hit whatever city Ness is in. And then we can fish there. I guess we'll at least get something, but... hold my hand, don't let me move alone. I am too stupid to figure out where to go. So you have to help me figure out where I need to go. So I do want to actually check the nature on Rickety. I meant to do that. No, don't. No, oh, well, it's all falling apart. So neutral. Yeah, he is minus attack. That is unfortunate. 2 neutral natures, though. That's interesting. Oh, the other thing I wanted to check. Because you guys are both physical attackers, right? Well, I guess you're sort of both. Okay, so Swift isn't the most useful, doesn't seem like. Do you people never change your clothes? I have never engaged with the camping and the curry system in this game, like, whatsoever. I did like a little bit of it just to get the Stonehenge Pokemon to show up that one time. Oh, they're both the same, but whatever. Yeah, I just cannot be bothered to care about making curry or camping. I'll level up friendship the good old-fashioned way by walking. As we all know, we all become better friends with people by walking. And another cutscene I would just love to skip. I gotta wonder about the ecology of the wild area, because, like, you know, I understand, oh, it's snowing, so some Pokemon that favor snow will come out, but it's not an Arctic region, but you will get Pokemon that's, like, where was the snow cone Pokemon hiding before it started snowing? Same with, like, you know, a fire type, like, oh, okay, it rains, so it goes away. Cool, understand it, I dig it. But this region doesn't seem conducive to fire types, really. Yes, gaze upon this sweeping view of poorly rendered polygons. Okay, I think you give me the Pokédolls. Wait, did one of you give me the Pokédolls? I thought I got 3 Pokédolls. Ah, there we go. Might need those. Okay, I don't think any of you have anything for me. You're the Pokemon Let's Go people. Shameless self-advertising, Game Freak, but I respect it. And now take control from me again. Can't let me off the rails too long. Yeah, show me that exact same sweeping view. Leave me alone! Being an adult is scary and awful. Kids, if you're watching, never grow up. Go to Neverland after all. Peter Pan had it right. So, there's a lot about this game that I don't like, but this is one that I think is an insanely good addition to the game, all told. You know, you need to keep the you can only have so many Pokemon on you at a time, but being able to just freely swap them out whenever you want really does accomplish the goal of having multiple sets of Pokemon you use. You know, in a normal game, I don't want to, like, partway through a dungeon go, oh, you know, my team's getting kind of strong. I should swap them out for something else. Because, you know, I have to go all the way back to the Pokemon Center to do it, but now you can swap them out for free. You actually will bother with it. Okay, so I remember myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. So there are 17 areas in the wild area. Now, not all of them I can really access right now. Like, I could go over here if I wanted, but everything's going to be too high level for me to interact with at all. But the way I've decided I'm going to do the wild area is I'm only going to allow myself a certain number of encounters here based on my number of gym badges. So right now, with no badges, I'm only going to be able to get the one. So I'll be able to get one here from Rolling Fields. After I beat the first gym, I can come back to the wild area and then get 2 more encounters from any 2 of these areas other than the ones I've already done. So I'm going to do this one first. So maybe I'll do East Axu Lake and Dappled Grove after that. And then after I beat the 3rd gym, I'll get to do another 2, so maybe that one and that one, although I don't think the levels work out there. And if I ever reach a point where I have encounters left I can do, but there's no area weak enough for me to be able to catch stuff in, I'll just let that roll over. So maybe I can only get 1 after Verdantuff, and then I can get 3 after Nessa's gym. And I have no intentions of manipulating the weather, because I feel like that'd be crappy, although it looks like I can get an Ice type, so that's interesting. And I will still follow the I'm only going to catch things wildly in the grass from the exclamation point, not in the overworld. So let's see what I get here. Oh, it's an ice cream cone. How delightful. I guess I shouldn't be too overly critical, because, like, I like Magneton, and that's just magnets, and this is just an ice cream cone, so it's fine, I guess. I don't know. Ice type will be useful for what's ahead anyway, so welcome to the team, buddy. Oh my god! Oh, sorry, astonished me there. Oh, he does have Ice Body. Good for you. Bust out that he knows Earthquake. This ruins my life. Oh! Oh, sorry. I will not continue to do that. Just wanted to do it the one time. Quite the ragtag group are already forming. Although I'm pretty set for the grass gym at this point. As long as I keep Scorbunny, Rookity, and this guy alive, I basically just win. I say guy, it's a female, but anyway, I know exactly what to name this one. So I grew up in South Jersey, and in South Jersey, the ice cream man that we had going on was called Mr. Softy. So hello, Mrs. Softy. She's sweet. Not a fan of it in terms of its design, but I think it is actually probably a good fit for what we got going on so far. Oh, and I'm not touching raids with the 39.5-foot pole. It's too easy, especially once you unlock the harder raids by by getting further into the game to go into a raid and you just get focused down and you feel like, oh, well, that's bullcrap. Why I shouldn't have to lose my Pokemon because of that. That's not fair. And if I'm not gonna count that for death, then I shouldn't be fighting it in general. So I'll just be skipping all the raid battles, except for like the one they make me do against Eternatus. That one obviously I have to do, but won't be opting to do any that I don't have to. I will give him credit though. The first time I got here, I did just spend like an hour and a half out here, just like fighting all kinds of random Pokemon. Did a couple raids, figured out how OP XP candies were. It is pretty fun out here. I just wish like some of the harder raids weren't so like unforgiving with the AI partners. I have Nintendo Online. I just feel weird about, oh well, here's a raid. It's a 5-star raid that's really hard to do, but it's not a shiny Pokemon, it's not an event Pokemon, it's not anything really special, but I need help doing it. It's weird that I feel weird about that, but I do. So I prefer, outside of, oh, giving people a shiny den or an event den, asking for help on them. And some of them are really hard to do on your own, especially when the AI are so back-breakingly stupid. Was it Martin with his Soul Rock, the freaking Magikarp? And it's a shame, too, because there was room for that to actually be a really cool system with the AI, where you can almost do it like heists in GTA 5, where over the course of the game, you can recruit people you meet in side quests to join you on heist missions, and then by doing heists with them, they'll level up and get better at doing heists with you. You could imagine that in this game, right? Where there's just some side areas you can go to and you help someone get their Wingull back from Team Magma or whatever the hell. And then they'll say, oh, if you ever need help with a Max Den, feel free to call me up and I'll come join you. And the more dens you do with them, like their Pokemon evolves, so, you know, his stupid Magikarp eventually becomes a Gyarados. Or as they level up, they get better movesets. So that way you can pick and choose who your teammates are. So if you know, oh, I know this guy has a Gyarados and I'm fighting a Fire-type Gyarados would be really good here. And I know this person has a Meganium and Meganium's going to be awful for this. So I'll call Mr. Gyarados in. You know, dynamic gameplay emerging from just letting you unlock stuff by doing side quests. But no, just stupid AI. That works too. Do I need to make any sales? I'll sell that revive, because I will never be able to use it. Let's load up. So I can't use these in battle, but I can use these out on the field, which will help with the gauntlet sort of rule I've added on myself. So stock up on those. Let's do 10 of each. Should be fine. You sell specialty balls, right? Yeah. Oh, if only I could use these. This would be so easy. Still haven't unlocked the Lotto, huh? Loto, whatever. Will it be a problem if I fight Marnie right now? Yep, totally slipped my mind. I finally remembered one, guys. I did it. So normally what I would do about now is go around town and talk to every single townsperson I could and search for ones who will hand me random items. But I don't think anyone wants to see that, so what I think I'm going to do is just continue onward, and I will come back for that between recordings to spare you all that insufferable tedium. Well, I think I was going to see one. Pick that up. I get bothered by Leon here, I think? Yeah. Leave me alone! Okay, I take it back. You're allowed to accost me if you're gonna do that. Yeah, I know I can take the freaking elevator. Son, you just told me. But you know what? Give me charcoal. I'm fine. He's cool. I also have to know that you'll give me stuff. So. No! Leave me alone! I need to get hold of my balls, Hop. Stop interfering with me, reuniting with my balls. I've never taken the time to look. I know after you beat the game, if you re-go through the Elite Four thing, you fight other trainers in the tournament, and they can be the gym leaders, but they can also be other, like, challengers? I've never kept track. Do those actually show up here? Like, do they have the presence of mind to have them show up at the beginning and just reuse them later, or did they not? Because I think I recognize the guy in the back just there. The beard. I think he's one of them. Yeah, I wonder what Leon saw in his younger brother and his best friend. Surely not nepotism. Alright, pick a number. Number should I pick? No, I guess in the spirit of Nuzlocke, I will just pick a random 3-digit number. So hold on, let me load up the good old Google. Random number. So we go all the way up to 999. Let's go from 0. And the winner is 832. That is suitably random. Let's give 12-year-old kids their own hotel room. I know I fight Team Yell at the hotel. I don't think I fight Marnie yet, although I think I do fight her after the opening ceremony. You know, if you displayed signs in anything other than your made-up symbol language, you wouldn't need NPCs to do this. I don't know. I don't think those are Japanese symbols. But in the off chance that they are, I apologize for my xenophobia. Didn't mean it, I swear. Yeah, I don't think, like, a touristy statue in the hotel lobby, short version for the love of God, is going to be all that helpful with your research. Maybe pick up a book. Ah. So, I know there are a lot of people who love Team Yell, and for the life of me, I don't understand why. Like, I get it from the perspective of, oh, it's turning the evil team thing on its head, because they're not an evil team in any way, shape, or form. Like, you know, Team Skull wasn't really the villain of Sun and Moon. They sort of were, but they weren't. They were affiliated. But here we just have a straight-up inversion of it. These guys are in no way the villains. They do some, like, crappy, overly zealous fan stuff, but they're not the ones trying to end the world here. Please don't paralyze me. I don't know, it just seems lame. They literally only exist as roadblocks. They don't even really interact with the world all that much, except to just, ugh. I'm honestly stunned I got through. I am convinced that this game is out to get you with respect to, like, para-hacks or confusion, or especially attract. Once your Pokemon starts simping for its opponent, there's just no hope. You gotta just swap it out. I think it's only supposed to be a 50%, but I will routinely get hit with it, like, twice in a row, 3 times in a row. It's awful. I don't think a crit... No, that wasn't the button I meant to hit. Oh, yeah. No, there. Oh, no, I'm not happy. And, of course, the Terra Hack. So it only did 3 before. Crit would do... I think it's double damage in this game, or it might be only 1.5, but either way, it does at most 6, and 1.5 that, so it's going to do at most, I think, 9 on a crit here, so I think I'm still good. Should still be good. Oh, okay, now I'm swapping out. I think it would still be fine, but now I'm starting to doubt myself, and I don't want to risk this. Alright, you should have way better defense, right? His plus defense is not too bad, but yeah. Alright, tank. Back to your purpose. Would you stop doing that? No way 1 kills him. No way. Okay, yeah, we're good. Once again, a move that would have been useful yesterday! You just know that Game Freak wanted to make Cinderace firefighting, and they just didn't have the guts to go through with it. They knew they'd get raked. Oh my god, alright, well for once I'm glad to have you, Hop. That was perhaps the most useful to me you've ever been and shall ever be. Look at that, a Zigzagoon who's about to... A Zigzagoon who's about to be Thanos snapped out of reality. Yes. Obliterated. Gotta love those quad damage. It's a shame, too. There's a lot of, like, Pokemon that have, like, a Pokemon that's... They're a type that's quadruple effective against it that are really awesome. Like, I love Heracross. It's hard to use that on a team because you're just gonna get a random aerial ace and it's just gone. And my Y Nuzlocke, my MVP, well, I should say, the Pokemon I was most attached to was a, oh god, I forget the name of it, the Firebird. No. Oh god, it's embarrassing. But the Firebird from Gen 6, Talonflame, was my favorite Pokemon on my team in the Nuzlocke, but it was so hard because just everything knows Stone Edge or Rock Slide or something. It's just awful. I wound up skipping every Sky battle because it felt like every single one of them was just designed to screw over a flying type, and he was my only flying type on my team. And you can only use flying types in those battles, so I was like, no, you're not having it. You can't kill him. He's mine. Oh, wow. Let's look at how long I've been recording this episode. That did not feel like 40 minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and stop it here. It's a good stop point anyway. So, just matching this dialogue real quick. But thanks for sticking around, guys. Hope you've been having fun. I know it's been pretty slow. The beginning of these games always are. But, you know, that one fight was fun. I had to swap out my score bunny because he might have died to a crit, possibly. That was something. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next part. Do the whole like, comment, subscribe dealio if you feel like it. If you've been having fun with this. I will see you guys next time, though. Later, everyone.